All right, let's start with the big story that we are tracking this morning on Wion, which comes from the United Kingdom, where the European Union will only agree on a short delay to Brexit if the members of Parliament approve the current withdrawal agreement by next week. Now, the European Union Council President Donald Tusk said that an extension, as requested by Prime Minister Theresa May, was possible, and the only caveat is that Theresa May should finally win over her opponents in Parliament.
Today I received a letter from Prime Minister May in which she addresses the European Council with two requests: to approve the so-called Strasbourg Agreement between the UK and the European Commission, and to extend the Article 50 period until the 30th of June 2019. Just now I had a phone call with Prime Minister May about these proposals. In the light of the consultations that I have conducted over the past days, I believe that a short extension will be possible, but it will be conditional on a positive vote on the withdrawal agreement in the House of Commons. The question remains open as to the duration of such an extension.
Nearly 3 years after Britain had narrowly voted in a referendum to leave the European Union, Theresa May has been unable to unite her divided cabinet, parliament and nation behind her exit plan. Increasingly embattled, she had asked the European Union on Wednesday to postpone Brexit until the 30th of June to give her more time to try and secure a deal in the parliament and also avoid an abrupt departure next week that could spell economic chaos.
I passionately hope MPs will find a way to back the deal I've negotiated with the EU. A deal that delivers on the result of the referendum and is the very best deal negotiable. And I will continue to work night and day to secure the support of my colleagues, the DUP and others for this deal. But I am not prepared to delay Brexit any further than the 30th of June. Some argue that I'm making the wrong choice, and I should ask for a longer extension to the end of the year or beyond, to give more time for politicians to argue over the way forward. That would mean asking you to vote in European elections nearly 3 years after our country decided to leave. What kind of message would that send? And just how bitter and divisive would that election campaign be, at a time when the country desperately needs bringing back together?
Now, the British Parliament has already twice voted the Brexit deal down pretty heavily, with some saying that Theresa May's deal could leave Britain too closely aligned with the European Union, while others have argued that it would be a function too far apart. If Britain fails to ratify the deal in time, and also with the legal exit date on the 29th of March approaching fast, Donald Tusk could then call an emergency summit for late next week. And at stake would then be a no-deal Brexit or a much longer extension to give the British Parliament time to find a national consensus approach. Now, Brexit's backers fear that with such a long delay, their project might never materialise.